Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. I will never do this again. Ever. It took me over 4 hours to fall asleep last night between the broadcast I did as a live stream on my channel and so many other things, including, of course, recording more videos because I'm a crazy person. Hashtag Team Insomnia. I knew that the best way that I could fit in my first ever attempt at exploring Thronebreaker was on Friday after I got off of work. I teach until about 3:30 on Fridays, and then I'm done for the day. So I came home. And for 4-ish hours, I just dove right in. Now, I do believe, especially when you're fighting somebody like the Thronebreaker Baron Zemo or the Thronebreaker Absorbing Man, that just as would be my advice if you're fighting like Nameless Thanos or somebody else who can be a tricky boss, if you get the muscle memory down and you've got the units or the energy refills to redo multiple paths, especially when it's event quest completion and you're getting a ton of points, particularly from the last 2 chapters of Thronebreaker, anyway, as a bonus, just keep refreshing paths, because that rhythm, especially when you're using somebody like Void, and y'all, you've seen, those of you who follow my channel even somewhat regularly, you've seen my lack of skills when it comes to intercepting. That Absorbing Man punishes you so much. I don't care if you're using a rank 4 or even rank 5 6-star. When you block, when you parry, you can lose a third, half your health, more than that. And so you have to do a couple of things. You've got to take advantage of the beginning of the fight, because for whatever reason, at least I'm sure there's a perfect explanation that made sense, but I wasn't smart enough to figure it out. So I just knew after like the first couple seconds, don't have him hit into your block or parry. But at the beginning of the fight, when I parried and would do a 5-hit combo, I'm okay. No damage being done. So I'd start out the fight by parrying and then doing a 5-hit combo, then dashing back, and then trying to do a combination of intercepting or, of course, baiting the special one. Though that Absorbing Man special one, he can punch straight through across the screen. It's not like Karnak where there's like a real small window and it's just kind of like a joke to step back. He launches straight into you. So I ended up using 5 or 6 revives. I can't remember if it's 5 or 6. Again, headache. But I couldn't fall asleep for 4 hours because I had such a headache from doing like 12 paths of Thronebreaker in 4 hours. But the consequence of that is that I got unlucky or lucky, depending on how you look at it, number 13 for event quest completion, which is the highest I have ever finished in the new version easily of a 22-hour event. And the funny thing is, whether you get rank 13 or rank 500, if you're still 500 in the top 10%, you get the same reward. So I literally had no benefit for being 13th over normal, other than the fact that I could say, and maybe you just look at this and be like, yep, I knew that guy was a loser, especially with this time. I can't argue it. I did it. I got it. But it was costly to my emotional health. It was costly to my psychological health. It was costly to my sleep. And ultimately today, Saturdays, are date days for my lovely girlfriend and I, Israel. I, of course, want to be rested for her. I want to be at my best when I take her out to dinner. I want to be at my best when we hang out. And I'm still like lethargically going through the motions even as I talk. And it's funny because I record so many videos that after a while, like in college, I was really good at writing between the hours of midnight and 2 a.m. because I was tired enough to not second guess myself, but still awake enough to type coherently. On YouTube, same exact schedule. I record the majority of my videos between midnight and 2 a.m., even when I have to get up at 7 the next morning to teach, because I just am able to speak coherently but not second guess myself. Well, that bites you in the rear end when you have overextended yourself with grinding content. So I would not recommend that anybody try this, but I at least can say in a video form, almost like a historic record on the channel, that I did it. It's not something I'm necessarily proud of. It's certainly not something I'd recommend anybody else, but it is unlucky or lucky number 13. Could not sleep for at least 4 hours. I think I last looked at my clock. Those fellow insomniacs out there, you know, you kind of remember your night by how many times you looked at the clock, and the last time you looked at the clock, I think the last time I looked at the clock was like 4:30 a.m. And I even tried a glass of wine to help me relax. Nope. Wine is no match for the addiction of MCOC Thronebreaker Event Quest. So there you go, YouTube. I'm never going to do this again. Would not recommend it. But 13th was the place I finished. So yay, I guess.